never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine, or that people ain't happy.
Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now, I think it's part 8. Let me just double check it real fast, just to make sure. Yeah, okay, cool. This is What If Deku, is a high-end nomu. Part 8. As where we last left off in our story was all the tournament, as they went their the next day. We're gonna sorry guys, I totally forgot to add this. So as we're gonna straight up cut to after the events that happened with Midoriya. We're gonna cut back to All For One right here, as a portal opens to All For One's chamber, as Kirigiri comes out with Shigaraki, as he bends down to his master. Master, I wish to borrow some nomus. As All For One doesn't know what he's... why should I loan you some nomus, Shigaraki? I wish to test our second, sorry. I'm here to test our second All Might killing weapon. As All For One, let me do this real fast before we do anything else. As All For One places his hands together, as he kneels down a little, as he, leans down a little bit, as he's like, interesting. Doctor, how many spare nomus do we have? As the doctors, we have a couple. We have one. Wait, give me a second here. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't find a good picture of a nomu I wanted to use, but as we'll continue the story. It's like, yeah, we have. I have a few spares lying around. As Shigaraki's good, as he's like, as All For One, interesting. I'll allow this, Shigaraki. Kirigiri, I want to observe our little nomu's performance. As Shigaraki's, yes, master. As we're going to cut, a couple days after that event, as Shinzo and Void are hanging out arcades, hanging out and shit. As he gets a phone call, as he's like, who is this? As that's how Midoriya answers his phone, or Void. As he's like, hello friend, remember me? As I need to stop saying that. As Izuku Void, it can't be. As he says out loud, Shigaraki. As he's like, bing, 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 we got a winner here. As he's like, meet me outside of the city in 15 minutes. I'll text, longitude, or was it, give me a second, I gotta remember this. Okay. I'll text you the coordinates. Be there in 15 minutes. If you're not there, I'll kill all the loved ones you love, starting with your mother. As the phone hangs up, as Shinso's like, dude, you're right. As he goes, yeah, I'm fine, man. I gotta head home. I got some things to take care of. And he's like, no problem, man. I probably can get home. My sister's probably gonna yell at me. It's getting kind of late. Uh, yeah, catch you later. As Izuku, turns a corner, goes in the alley. As he opens his phone, gets the location. As as Izuku, breathes in, breathes out, as he goes into his full nomu state. As that goes on, they don't know about his. I definitely, don't think Shigaraki knows about, his human state, but let's just say they do. So for make the story go faster, I just need to get this part in. So as Izuku exit his portal that he created, as he sees Shigaraki, it's like you made it, good. As Izuku avoids like, what you want, Shigaraki? It's taking all my effort not to rip your head off. As he's like, my fight is not with you today. Void. Your opponents are them. As he does like as a Shigaraki pose, with his hands up in the air. As several portals start pouring out, and it's several nomus. As Izuku's like, bring it. As several nomus come rushing at him, as they're trying to hit him, but it's going right through him because in his nomu state, he's like almost untouchable. So when it comes to physical attacks, so as a nomu, keeps doing it as it looks at their fist, as you hear a growl as they continue to do that real fast. As Izuku portals, the one close up, away. As he's like, huh, as much as that felt weird, I need to end this. As he as he reverts back to his space form, as a Nomu comes rushing at him, as a Nomu comes for a strike, as he hardens his cheek, as it breaks the Nomu's hand, as it flops down, as as Void shoots that dark energy blast, blowing the Nomu head up as blood starts splatter everywhere. As Shigaraki's like, one down, several more to go, and we're on a timer. As as the fight continues, as Izuku, several Nomu comes as he hardens the parts of his body that the Nomu targeted. As Izuku, sucks the one on the right, kicks the one on the left as they go flying. As Izuku's like, you want to see something cool? As Shigaraki's like, what do you mean, kid? As he's like, you ever seen, my hardening quirk in action? As Shigaraki's like, no, why? As he's like, why? As Kirigary's like, oh shit. As Kirigiri has only seen use his full hardening once, and that was kind of scary. So let me pause this for a second. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm back. Not saying he was there. Sorry, Kirigiri saw him use his transformation once because he's always been keeping an eye on Void. Because he has similar quirk as his, so he has a copy version of his quirk. So he's always keeping a keen eye on the boy, so they know about his human form. As okay, we're not going anywhere with this right now because I'm just rambling on. So let's get to the story. As Izuku hardens up into what's on the thumbnail, as all they see is a black coated substance, some sort of material that they never seen before. or they don't know what it is. As sorry, the red lines are green. So is his eyes. As his eyes starts glowing, as he rushes towards the nomu, grabbing his head with both hands and smashing it, as more blood splatter, as the nomu falls down. As he's like, hope you have, hope you brought more. As, he goes in a punch. As, he's no longer holding back. He's going full force. As he punches through the Nomu's head. As the body goes flopping downwards, across the field where they're at. As Izuku, he's able to use quirks and doesn't really matter what form he's in, so as several small portals go around the Nomu's heads, as they all close, as all their heads, flop down. As he only has a couple left. As Izuku, rushes over there, starts shooting his black energy. As he's piercing the Nomu's brain, as the last one grew wings and starts flying off, as that Nomu's running. I didn't. Pathetic. You actually thought this would be this is insulting Shigaraki, as he blasts the Nomu out of the air with his black energy blast. It's like, this is very insulting. You think these lesser Nomus could take me on? I'm the strongest Nomu you have. I'm the strongest Nomu here. Thought you would bring in something better. No, he would say, I'm the superior Nomu here. As Izuku looks, as he unhardens. Anything, anything less high end is insulting. As he shoots a blast at Shigaraki. As, Kirigiri opens a portal as the blast shoots somewhere else. As he's like, as Shigaraki's laughing, he's like, excellent. That will be all for today. Avoid. As much as I enjoy our time together, that I do, I actually enjoy. I actually like you. For what you are. But, that said, I've already had, we've hit our time limit. We'll see each other again. I kind of see it. The stars are aligning as he goes through the portal. As, Izuku, a little irritated as... Shit. What I'm going to do is all these bodies. As, that's what, Izuku says. Sorry, let me... As he calls, good on Nezu. Yes, he's like, Midoriya, Void, you know what time it is? Yeah, my apologies. Kind of got attacked by a villain, and, there's a lot of bodies. As Nezu's like, you didn't kill, any of the, you didn't kill him, did you? As he's like, no, there were those creatures. Oh, where are you at? As he tells him, I'm outside the city. I didn't want to leave him out here, and I probably could, got away with it, but it's best for you to, gather these things up. And she's like, I'll be on my way. As, it takes a couple hours. As Nezu gets there, so is All Might and his mother. And she's like, just going to arcade and not do anything else. No, mother, I'm not going to go and do anything dangerous. As she's lecturing him. As he's like, sorry. Things kind of happen. As And this is like, so how did this happen? As he explains this, as Inko's pissed. They just won't leave her son alone, as he can't really talk much about the villains because there's a failsafe. So yeah, he'll it will not be good. I'm not sure it will be it'll be painful, but it's a measure for them for stopping, telling information that shouldn't be told. So that's that. As we continue, as we're going to time skip. Yeah, we're definitely going to time skip. So as we're time skip the senior year, as we go to there, as Jiro and Izuku are still dating, so that's a thing. As they're usually always together, even when he's doing his training, she's usually there keeping an eye out because she doesn't like that girl. So Luna, she doesn't like her, so that's how that's going. Give me a second here. Okay, I'm back. So as Izuku walks through the door of the the club room where they usually talk about all the Cork Blast tournament stuff. As Izuku sits down, as Luna's already there, as she's talking on the phone with her brother, as the coach, Miss Rose, comes running in and slops on a file on the paperwork. As Luna's like, I'll talk to you later, bro. And she's like, what's up, Peach? And she's like, I found found out Shoto Todoroki is, entering the court in the tournament this year. As no, small pause. I don't really see a reason for normal, male version Shoto to enter the tournament with Momo. So, maybe there's a reason, but I can't really think of one right now. Unless they're dating, but I don't want to do that again. So, I'm changing, Shoto and a girl this one. So, there's that. Sorry. I'm not planning to ship her with Izuku or a Void or whatever. That's because it's easier this way. Because I'm normally used to using Shoto as a female anyway. So that's what I normally do. So they're both they're friends. I'm just saying that they're close friends. Like they've been friends for a while. Like before, kindergarten. So they were always. I'm saying Shoto's mother and Momo's mother. Shoto's mother and Momo's mother are close friends. Over just a business arrangement, a deal they had for one of Endeavor's interests. Something to do is trying to find the most powerful weapon, stuff like that in nature. So he's Endeavor's still a douche. So as Luna's like, Shoto Todoroki, you talking about the half and half Cork, the half and half chick? And she's like, yeah. Now this show, no, sorry, small pause again. This Shoto has no problem using fire. She really doesn't care. She doesn't like her father. She doesn't give a shit. So, she's not like that whole, I'm not going to use this quirk. No, she doesn't give a care. She's going to use any method she's going to use any method available to her just to stick up to her father. So there's that. As we continue our story, as Izuku, looks at the file, and he looking at the numbers. They like in these files with all the students with doing this tournament. They got their stats. They had to, modify Ezekiel's to look normal, but because of Nezu, he has his hands on everything, his so there's no proof of what he is. The whole Nomu thing is kind of been like secretive. Ezekiel hasn't even told Jiro yet, so as he's like, huh, very well. These two are we're most likely going to meet them in the finals. Judging by, half and half. The half and half. Not sure about the Yanaroju girl. Creation, that would be interesting. Oh, that would be handy, but it all depends on if she knows how to use it and how to implement them in an actual fight. That's the other thing. As Luna's like, look at you, sound all cocky. I'm only thinking it logically, but nevertheless, I'll make sure when is this gonna happen? The tournament, I mean. And she's like, in a couple days. And she's like, shit. Oh, okay. As Izuku's like, I think we'd be fine. As Luna's like, what do you mean? Don't don't worry. I have a hunch. We're gonna win this. As Izuku smiles, as we're gonna cut to a couple days. As Jiro, is walking with Izuku or Void. As she, kisses him on the cheek, she's like, kick their ass. As Void's like, yeah, no, that's a guarantee. As he walks off to the Cork Blast Tournament entry door. Oh, we're on 20 minutes. Okay, we could go for a little bit longer. The reason why I try to make these videos between 30 to 40 because it takes less memory to save it, so I could add the intro, then upload it. So that sometimes my videos are longer, sometimes they're not. That's what I'm doing there. So let's continue. As he sees Bakugo there, because he hasn't learned his lesson, as he's like, you. As he's like, that one you won was a fluke. I'm gonna body you in this tournament. As he has Kirishima with him, and she's like, dude, come on. Again with this kid? Again with this guy? You're gonna get your ass kicked, And he's like, shut up, Kirishima. As Bakugo storms off, as Kirishima's like, sorry about him, man. As Bakugo, not Bakugo, but Izuku's like, it's nothing, it's all good. As he's like, well, I'll see you there. By the way, I actually want to fight you. As he's like, what? As Izuku's like, Void's like, what do you mean? Serious, dude. You have a hardening quirk, and you have a similar quirk as mine. So I'm itching to see who's stronger, your hardening or mine. As Kirishima's smiling, he's excited. As he's all about that whole manly thing, like normal. They'll be so manly. As he says that, and Izuku kind of laughs a little bit. Jiro, rolls her eyes. And she's like, I'll get my seat now after that note. As she walks off. And she waves to Izuku, or Void. And he's like, right, man. I'll see you on the field if you get to that point. Don't feel bad when I crush you. As he walks past Kirishima. As he smiles, he's like, we'll see. As he goes his other way. As we cut to the first match. As it's nobody, like really important, as he's, the team of, didn't I mention her quirk? Yeah, I think I did. We're gonna, it's super strength, because I kind of wanted her to have super strength, so. As I entered the field for the first match, as one dude tries to throw ice, as the other goes in for, they had some sort of earth quirk, like earth quirk, as spikes shoot up. As, Luna punches right through that ice. As Izuku just swipes the spikes out of the way as they go flying back. As the dude had to put, a rock shield over a front of him, or he would have got impaled with one of the spikes, because that's how that's how Void does things. That's to show a warning. As, he's like, "What you do, man? You could have killed me." As, Void smiles. He's like, "Well, if it's good thing you blocked it then, did you?" As he's like, as he's getting mad, as he starts throwing, rocks at him. Big power rocks. Stuff like that. As Luna punches the dude out of the ring, really easy, like. As she's like, "Void, stop playing with him." Fine. As he shoots, as he goes in close, hardens his fist, as he punches him out of the ring. And I was just like, I was just having fun. And she's like, "You shouldn't really play around with your foes like that. They'll bite you in the ass." As he's like, "Yeah, you're probably right. My bad." As they walk off, they're not even like paying attention to the crowd. And that's where, Mina was there. And she's like, "Shit." She's like, "Damn, Jero. I didn't realize, Izuku was that strong." And she's like, "Neither did me. Neither did I." Those two guys, weren't even a match for him. It looked like he was just playing around with them. Judging by, Void's personality sometimes, he likes to do that sometimes. And she's going flashbacks of, people trying to start stuff with Void, and he would always play around with them before he would take them out. Before he would knock them out. So stuff like that. So she's been dating him for a while, so she knows his habits and ins and out to a certain point. So there's that. As we continue, our match, as the other matches, progressed, as we get to Bakugo and Kirishima's match, the one I really wanted to do. So let me stop it right here real fast. I have to go to the bathroom. Alright, we're back. As Kirishima and Bakugo walks up the stadium, as Bakugo's smiling, and she's like, "Finally." As Void and Luna walks into the ring, as Izuku's like, "You handle the blonde. I want to fight the redhead." As she's like, "Why? I already fought the blonde several times. He's all yours. What I want is, who I want to fight against is someone who I haven't fought against yet. Kirishima." And she's like, "Why? He has the same quirk as me. So I want to test his durability, whatever." As she's like, "Whatever, man." As she goes up to Bakugo, and he's like, "You want to fight me, girl?" And she's like, "You're gonna regret that, blondie." As they say, fight, as instantaneously, Bakugo gets hit straight in the head by Luna, as he swaddles around on the ground, as he's almost outside the ring. As he gets back up eventually, he's like, he's like, "You're gonna pay for that." As, Luna's laughing. And she's like, "Is that what you got, Blondie? You gotta do a lot better than that to, stay in the game." As they clash, every time, he would do explosion, she would just do a wind pressure, dispersing the explosion somewhere else. So, he wind. So, with super strength. So, yeah, she's super strong. Ridiculous strong, but not as strong as Izuku. So, as we continue, as we go to Kirishima and Void, As Izuku's like, or Void's like, huh, if you're not gonna make the first move, allow me. As Izuku rushes Kirishima, as he hardens his fist, as Kirishima, gets hit in the head, in the face, as he goes flying backwards a little bit, as Kirishima, spits a little bit of blood out, he's like, not bad. As he goes full harden, as he's like, as Izuku, harden his arm, as he goes in for another punch, as Kirishima takes it, that's it. It's like chipping a little way, as it's cracking his armor, as he's like putting a layer over it. Huh, I see. So you're laying yourself up. Interesting. As he kicks him, as he goes flying a little further back, as you see Izuku's leg does de-hardening into his regular flesh, I guess you would like to call it. As Izuku's like, huh, I normally don't have to resort to using this full on. Consider yourself unlucky. As he fully, uses his hardening quirk. As he's like, come on, Kirishima, let's see what you got. As he already, if small pause, he's already, know who he already knows Kirishima's name, so, even though, he's with the, he's on the opposite team, he doesn't really hate Kirishima like he hates Bakugo, but let's continue. Sorry, they met during, the time skip, so, they've came across each other a couple times, so let's get back to the story. As Kirishima sees this, that's just like, shit, let's see how hard this thing is, how hard his quirk is. As he goes in for a punch, as Izuku just sits there and takes it, as his hand starts rattling a little bit, shaking from the impact, as Izuku's like, you done? As Kirishima goes for a left hit, as it has the same effect on his hands, as his hardening starts to crack. As he's like, that's impossible. As Izuku says, or Void says, my turn now. He's like, my turn now, Kirishima. As he grabs his head, as he slams him into the ground, to the arena floor. As Izuku kicks him, as he goes flopping over, barely, he was about to hit outside of the ring, as he puts his fingernails into the pavement of the arena ground, stopping him. As he's like, damn, that was close. As he rushes, he doesn't have that, that mode. I forget what it's called, but yeah, he doesn't have that yet. So, I didn't want to I didn't want to give that to him too early, so he'll have it during the UA like in canon, so let's continue. As Kirishima goes in for a punch, as Izuku, comes downwards with a kick upwards, as, he nailed Kirishima, like right in the back of the, side of the head with a kick. As he goes flying, stumbling out of the ring, as he, got hit with a lot of force. As all you see when he was flying outside the ring, his hardening quirk shattered. As he's back into his normal state, as he, fluffed out of the ring. As, recovery units are going over there to heal him, because make sure, that kind of looked like it hurt. As he's like, huh, that was actually a little more fun than I thought it was going to be. Now, that wasn't a challenge, but he thought it was a fun fight using the same quirk, so some similar quirk. The only reason it didn't go on forever because they're not at the same level, so. As we cut to, Luna's fight. As she has his hand behind his back, as she's like, eat the dirt, rat. As he's like, never. As he's like, get off me. As you know, he's trying to throw explosions at her. As she has him in, a holding, on a hold. As he has his hands, wrapped around his back. As he's like, Luna, come on. And she's like, fine. As she karate chops him back the head, back the neck. As she kicks him out of the ring. Happy now? And she's like, he's like, you were haggling about me playing with my prey. You're playing with your opponent. Look at that. Oh, that little angry blonde piss, irritated me. So I made him taste the ground a couple times. As she starts laughing. As we're gonna stop it there. Next part, I thought I was gonna fit the whole tournament in here, but I couldn't really get to it fast enough. So the next part we'll have the end of it. Then we'll go into canon. So no more new parts will be added. So hope you guys, no more new detours will be added. So hope you guys have a good night and a good day. Judge my time zones. All right, bye.